Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Accounting with Confidence. I am going to talk to you today about merging accounts in your chart of accounts. So essentially, if you have a couple of accounts or many accounts that maybe have the same name except something maybe is spelled wrong and items have been posted there and you want to kind of clean that up, you are having the opportunity to use a little known trick called merging accounts. For those of you who don't know me, I am Beth Whitworth and I am a CPA in St. Louis, Missouri. I've been working in QuickBooks and QuickBooks Online for many years and have been running my own accounting firm using QuickBooks for over 13 years now. I am an QuickBooks Pro Advisor. I am an advanced Pro Advisor in both QuickBooks Desktop and QuickBooks Online, and our firm actually uses QuickBooks and requires all of its bookkeepers and accountants to be certified in QuickBooks accounting. So we're going to jump right into a product demo, and what I'm going to show you first is going to be QuickBooks Online. So we're going to hop on over to QuickBooks in our sample file, and to get to your chart of accounts in QuickBooks Online, I go to Accounting, Chart of Accounts. And here is your list, and here are the rules that are related to merging accounts. They need to be the same account type. So in this case, if you needed to merge two accounts, they need to have the same type. Prepaid expense, uncategorized asset, maybe you're going to merge those. They have the same type here. If you have two accounts that you need to merge that aren't the same type, you will first need to change the account type and save it and then do the merge. So there is a way to get around that, but you do have to make sure that you do the step first that involves changing the account type. And to change an account type, it's as simple as coming over to, let's pick one down here, cost of labor. If we look at the edit section and we want this to be cost of goods sold instead of an expense, we're going to click on the drop-down menu and change that and save and close. So it gives you some warnings, and in this case, the reason it gave me a warning is because this is a sub-account, and you cannot change the type of an account that's already a sub-account of something unless you change the main account to that type as well. So there are a little bit of caveats, so you really want to pay attention before you make some changes that you are seeing that here's your main account that you want to make sure that it is what you want it to change. So we would actually need to change many things here with these sub-account structures in order to get the system to merge the accounts. So if you're just doing, an expense account to an expense account, income account to income account, even balance sheet accounts you can merge. So maybe you accidentally set up two loan accounts that you need to merge, that you posted some activity to one account and some activity to the other account, and you want to go back and fix that. So be aware, the other caveat on this is that you will merge the activity, and if you had that account line in previous years, then it will change that account line on those previous years as well. So if you have a closing date involved on having a closing date been put on your file, you may not be able to merge. So just be aware of that. So I'm going to pick one and I'm going to show you how we merge these accounts. In this section right here, we see that legal and professional fees has accounting, it has bookkeeper, and it has lawyer. Well, maybe you come in and say, hey, I don't need this to be two separate line items. I think my bookkeeper, it can be grouped in with my accounting. I don't need it to be two separate lines. That's just kind of cluttering things up. So what you would do in order to merge the activity from the bookkeeper into the accounting is you would go into Edit, and you would change the name to exactly the same as the account that you want to change to. And if you were using account numbers, you would want to put in exactly the same account number. So once you hit save and close on this, it will give you a message that says that name is already being used. Would you like to merge the two? And at that point, you are allowed to say yes. So then when you look back down through your chart of accounts, and we come back down to our legal and professional, now we have one line item, but all of the activity is in that one account. So this allows you to really clean things up, especially when you end up accidentally creating multiple expense accounts or multiple income accounts that you no longer need. All right, so now I'm going to hop right on over into QuickBooks Desktop, and we're going to hop into our chart of accounts. And here, it's a very similar process. You need to make sure that you know exactly which accounts you want to merge, that they are the same account types, and that you know exactly what the name of the account is. So oftentimes you are able to go into the one that you want to merge into and do a copy and paste exactly of the account name. So we're going to come down here and we are going to merge a couple of accounts that maybe we see that we have a marketing expense and we also have an advertising expense. Well, maybe you think, I really am putting things, randomly. I really just don't need to have two accounts for that. So I want to make everything go under advertising expense. So what I would do to make sure you have all of the postings exactly right is to click on that line, right click, edit account, come over here and right click and copy. And that makes it very easy to make sure that you have the exact spelling, punctuation, if there's any in there, capitalization, everything is the same. And then take note of what the account number is. And then you can just cancel out of that. Go down to your marketing expense. I'm going to right click on it, edit account. I'm going to put in 6100, which is what the account number was. I'm going to highlight the name, right click, and put paste. And that's going to give us the exact same spelling, punctuation, capitalization. And I'm going to hit save and close. It says, this account number is already being used. Would you like to merge them? And the answer would be yes. It'll say, QuickBooks lets you do this, but it's not a good idea. And when it's not a good idea is when it would make some sort of difference in your reporting from the standpoint of it's really hiding information that was important on the report to begin with. But in this case, we're just merging two expense accounts. We're saying advertising and marketing is all one thing to us. And those two line items actually get reported on your tax return the exact same way. So even though it says it's not a good idea, you can go ahead and say yes. And that will take all of the transactions from marketing and put them into advertising from the beginning of time. So that's the caution there, is that if for some reason you don't want expenses from prior years to be there, to be merged, then you need to keep that account and instead inactivate it. And to inactivate account, you're just going to right click on it and choose make account inactive. So if there's an opportunity where you think it's not in the best interest of your reporting to merge the accounts, then you would just simply come in here and make it inactive so that you stop using it and continuing on the process of having your chart of accounts be cluttered up. Okay, so that's all I have today relating to chart of accounts merging. Like I said, it's a little known function that can be very useful in keeping things cleaned up. And then just be aware that there's the opportunity to merge vendors as well, which is something that also can keep your QuickBooks files cleaned up and less cluttered with extra list items. So here's some ways to stay connected with me. I'm on Facebook, Facebook.com/WLXCo. My website, WLXCo.com, and if you go to the blog page, you will see all past episodes of Accounting with Confidence. And then you can also always email me if you have some questions at beth@WLXCo.com. All right, everybody, see you next time.